We're starting to get our first results. So let's start with Proposition 119. Let's throw that up on the screen if we can. This is very early on. According to the state website, just 5% voter turnout. So no official no large numbers, at least just yet. But here's how things break down, at least in these very early numbers. Again, just 5% of voter turnout counted here. 48% yes and 51% no. Again, this is to raise marijuana taxes to cover school costs, or these third-party after-school programs. These are very tight. We don't expect some of these races to be called very early on in the night, some of them even into late into the night. But an early no here for Proposition 119, as we've gotten our first dump of data there from the Secretary of State's office. Moving on to Proposition 120. We are going to check this one out and see where we are here on 120. Yes, it looks like 43% is in for the yes again of Proposition 120, just under that 42% mark, and then 58.5% no. This is again to reduce property taxes in order to retain that surplus revenue. This is what we were talking just a moment ago with Megan about how it was initially written to talk about everybody, but because of a recent court ruling, this one is specifically now talking about commercial and multi-family homes here. So that's who would initially get this reduced property tax rate. Things would have to go to court in order to be fought out for the rest of it. And so again, just very early on, our first dump of data there, about 67,000 no votes to the 48,000 yes votes. Let's go to Denver now. Oh, we have the third state amendment here. This is Amendment 78. This is who can spend money coming from the outside, federal money, things like that. Should the state legislature take that over, or should it remain within more of the executive branch, places like the governor and the Secretary of State, the Attorney General's office? So early on, the no's are leading. This is about 56% to 43.5% that no, the state legislature should not take over that duty, that the governor, like Governor Jared Polis, administered more than $1 billion in federal COVID relief aid and wildfire assistance and things like that coming from outside areas. He would continue to do that if this sticks, if this no continues on. Let's get to some of the questions that Denver voters specifically were asked about. Ordinance 2A. Now, the first set of 5 in Denver specifically it was asking voters about bond measures and should the city take out basically a little bit more debt in order to pay for certain things. 2A specifically deals with Denver facilities, 62% yes, 37% on the no side. We're going to keep flipping through these here. 2B, this is more bond measures. This would go to housing and homeless shelter funding. Again, a slighter, also a larger margin there, but this is still just a few votes reporting here. I think we're going to fill in those bars as we go. But 59% to 40%, that's the big one right there. Let's keep on going through these. 2C, this is repairing sidewalks to create bike lanes. It was under the transportation side. So should Denver spend millions of dollars more on these things? 60 to 40% yes. As we move to 2D then, this is parks and recreation, 61% and 39%. So all right around that same idea. Should Denver spend millions of dollars in bonds on these things? 2E is probably the most contentious of these. This is specifically to improve the National Western Complex and build a new stadium, basically, a new venue there. This one flipped in the other direction, 60% no, 40% yes. So this is the one that we're really going to keep our eyes on as the night goes on here.